तब्बू जी, अजय जी आपको भोला कब लगते, जब ये डायरेक्शन में होते हैं या एक्टिंग कर रहे होते
कभी नहीं।
हैं? कभी नहीं।
वैसे तो ये हमेशा भोले ही लगते हैं ऊपर से, लेकिन ये है नहीं, समझे?
हाय तब्बू।
मैं क्या कहूँ,
जाने दो,
इन्होंने कह
जाने
दिया
ही
मैं
दो।
नहीं हूँ, जाने दो।
हाय तब्बू, दिस साइड, इधर 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 सामने आपके।
हाँ।
तब्बू, आपने एक्शन की बात की है, तो एक्शन के लिए कितनी तैयारी की यहाँ पे, क्योंकि काफी अलग दिख रही है आप यहाँ पे एक्शन करते हैं।
मैंने ऑनेस्टली कुछ तैयारी नहीं की, जो कुछ किया अजय सर ने और सारी एक्शन टीम ने मुझ पे मेहनत की, और एक्चुअली मेरे लिए बहुत आसान बना दिया, क्योंकि एक्सपर्टीज जो इन लोगों को है एक्शन में, आई डोंट थिंक किसी और को है, तो मुझे वही करना था जो मुझे इंस्ट्रक्शन मिलते थे, और मैं अंधाधुंध कर जाती। सो रियली आई बट आई न्यू दैट आई वुडंट हैव टू prepare because whatever I do, it will be less than what I would be required to do on this film.
अजय, आपके लिए त्रिशूल से एक्शन करने का कैसा अनुभव रहा?
I think it's very interesting. थोड़ा मुश्किल भी था, थोड़ा नयापन भी था उसमें, तो डिज़ाइन भी करना था, उसको एग्जीक्यूट भी करना था, और उसको परफॉर्म भी करना था। तो आई थिंक इट वाज वेरी नाइस, और एक सेंसिबिलिटी मेंटेन करके रखनी थी, एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के हाथ में आपके त्रिशूल है।
So this film is a remake of Tamil film Kaidi. Whether you had any opportunity to interact with director Lokesh on changes should be made or
No, not really, but through people we've been in touch, and we are discussing a few things for the future also.
Thank you.
Sir, while making this film, आपको acting या direction, which process you enjoyed the most?
You enjoy the process of working. You can't segregate between acting and direction, because it's all one. You enjoy in totality filmmaking. You enjoy waking up in the morning, going to work, and both are a part of it. You know, so it's a combination. You can't enjoy one without the other, and the other without the previous one.
Yeah, I had to ask you, after Shivai, which was already quite a benchmark when it comes to action, because we saw that, you push limits, and here we see the limits are pushed even harder in the best way possible. Something that comes to you so naturally, thanks to your father, is probably something you designed. But here, Sarah, there are some practical stunts which really look absolutely crazy. It seems impossible to be even humanly impossible. So, what was the thought process behind it? Was it something you went to the drawing board and consciously you had to make those action pieces?
See, for one, the first thing when I make an action film, my biggest first attempt is, without naming, I would say most of the films I see in our country, they have fabulous action, but they're always inspired, or you can have a resemblance to some sequence of an Hollywood film or a European film or some film or the other. So especially when action is concerned, my whole intention is that create something new, execute it in a different way. That's why in Shivaya also and in this also, people say there are shots which they really don't know how they must have been taken, and then plan it, and then it's a whole process. But it starts basically with we need to create something new, our own, and keeping it stylized, but keeping it very, very Indian. Not westernizing it completely.
Since this is an action film, out and out action, we saw so much happening on the screen. I want to understand from you, what are the safety measures you take on set? Because even this morning, Mr. Bachchan shared that he had an accident too, and we hear that quite a bit. So, what are the safeguards?
Look, it's like our job is difficult and easy also, I would say. Mr. Bachchan, from where he started, and then later when we started, at that point of time, we used to do action. There were no mattresses, there were no safety measures, there were no cables. We've injured every part of our body. Mr. Bachchan has done shots which you can't even imagine. I remember him getting injured during we were doing Major Saab also, which he insisted we had to jump from something, it must be 30 feet, 3 floors high. And and I told him, let's not do the shot. It's a night sequence. I mean, we can work it out with duplicates. And we both were supposed to jump together. And he insisted, let's do it. And he had an injury then also. So it's that enthusiasm. But now I would say, now things are much more easier. I think there are cables, there are a lot of safety precautions. There are ambulances on set, there are doctors on set, there are paddings and lots of stuff. So it's become relatively much easier, thank God, because while we are aging, things are getting easier also. Yeah, so there is a lot of it. It's like, it's like also driving a car. I mean, you can have an accident any time, but you try to be safe all the time. So it just happens sometimes. We try to take all the safety measures, but there are risks to it, definitely.